Well, Trevor, I just talked to your brother.
Yes, you did.
You guys are twins.
Yeah.
And he's 22, soon to be 23, so I guess you are too. You both have really cool cars. Yours is, in fact, a 91 Toyota Supra, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's the only Supra we've ever done. I said that was the only Fiero we did. 91, wasn't that long ago. Actually, it was that long ago.
Yeah, before my time.
Yeah, so it's an old car for you. So how did you get into cars in general?
Well, my dad's always been a big car guy, so he's always kind of pushed that on us as a kid. And then, of course, I'm a video gamer. I've been raised on Forza Motorsport and Rally Sport Challenge and car games and all that.
And was this one that was
directly led into?
So these things were, back in the day, because I knew some people that had these things, and they were really sleepers. It's kind of like, it's a Toyota sports car.
Yeah.
These things were really fast. Most people didn't realize that, but who did were insurance companies.
Yeah.
Because the insurance on these was just stupidly expensive back then. I was like, well, then it must be pretty fast.
Yeah, right? You're a Corvette competitor, kind of?
Kind of, yeah.
Looks a little like it.
It does. It's got kind of some of those styling cues. Where'd you find it?
Meridian, actually, just up the road here in the valley.
That's where you guys live, right? That's where you're from?
Yep.
Wow.
Just an old lady had it. She bought it off the lot here in the valley in '92. And she couldn't get in and out of it anymore. Her husband couldn't get in and out of it anymore. So it's time to move on.
Well, so it's always lived in southern Idaho. So it's, other than baking the interiors, the climate's great for the outside of the car.
Yeah, hometown hero right here.
Yeah, totally. Wow. So how many miles on it?
106,000 miles.
From looking at it, that's way more than I would have expected. Has it been repainted?
No, it has not.
No
All original
kidding.
paint.
Wow, they took good care of it.
I try. She had it garaged. It was her baby. So.
Wow. And what do they, flip up headlights?
Yeah.
Same with the Fiero. Sure. Oh my goodness. So they're electric apparently, huh?
Yeah, all electric motors in there.
Wow, that's really very silent. That's great. But it really looks stock. You haven't modified it.
Nope.
At all? It is so cool. And obviously the original interior, you got a little bit of signs of usage, but not much, and it looks pretty comfy.
Yeah, it is. Oh, 8-way power adjustable seats.
No kidding?
Yeah, I mean, it is the ultimate Grand Tour.
These were expensive, weren't they? They were
really expensive.
That's why
this was before Lexus, so this was top of the line.
It really was. That's, I think, one of the reasons you didn't see that many of them, because it was an expensive car. And I see you're still rocking the cassettes.
Yeah, cassette gets used. It plays super fine. My speakers are a little tinny, they're a little old, but I have all my favorites in there, so I can't complain.
So is this black or is it actually a deep blue?
It is dark navy blue.
Wow.
And it gets very hot in the sun.
Is it fun to drive? I've never driven one. They handle well?
They handle pretty darn well. It's a little bit wallowy. It's a little bit of a heavy car.
Oh, is it?
Because it's more of a Grand Tour.
Yeah.
It's a big freeway cruiser. But if I need to take some turns, she'll handle it.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised how big it is. I never thought of these as being very big, but you stand beside this thing and you can see how it was sort of a C4 vet
big old long doors.
Yeah.
You sit right in between the front and back wheels.
Wow, it's just in great shape. Are those T-tops or what is it?
It's called a sport roof. It's like a Targa. I guess Porsche has coined the word Targa, but Toyota calls it a sport roof.
A sport roof. And where do you keep it?
Right here. Let me show you.
Another electric switch.
Yep. And a big old hatch.
Wow, and that's a big old roof. I thought it was going to be this little slip of a thing.
Nope, it's a big old long roof.
This thing is deceptively large.
Yeah, lots of storage.
Yeah, well, not with the roof in there. or is there room under it? Probably not much.
There's a little bit of room under it. It sits about 3 inches off the bottom of the...
Okay, so a couple briefcases, basically.
Yeah, holders in the wall, basically. But yeah, it just kind of rides in there. There's no clips or anything. You just kind of shove it in.
Oh, really?
And it sets right on. There's like a little bump stop right here.
And that's it?
Yep.
Does it slide around at all? Or?
Nope. It kind of keeps itself pretty darn level, because these kind of they don't rub, but they just kind of a little tight sits in there. It's pretty heavy.
I just can't believe the condition of your original paint, though. That's really good.
Thank you.
And it's badged turbo. Were they all turbos? They were all turbos. No.
No, there was a non-turbo model you could get. Turbo was just the top of the line. It was an option.
Well, close this back down, then let's go see what the Supra Turbo looks like.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, so Is it a 3-liter?
Yeah, it's a 3-liter inline 6. It's got a single turbo off on the left-hand side there.
Man, that is packed in there.
It is, yeah.
Have you had to do any work on it?
Not really. Ever
That's
since
a
I bought
Toyota.
it, it's been pretty reliable. When I bought it, it had a K&N air filter, but luckily she kept the original, so I put it right back on there. And,
Is there a lot of computer control to this thing?
yeah.
Because
Actually,
sometimes they don't like when you change filters.
yeah, they don't. So I was having a little bit of problems with my mass airflow sensor. I put that back on.
It went
perfectly
away.
fine. Yep.
Yes, I've experienced that before.
Yeah, and then those are actually computer-controlled solenoids that stiffen my suspension automatically.
This thing? No,
Right
that thing. Okay.
on my towers there.
What is this? Some other control module?
Something. I believe it's my. I believe this is my main ECU.
Yeah, your main engine control module?
Yeah.
Yeah. What a weird place to put it.
Right up front. I guess
But
it's
at least
easy
you can
to
get to
to.
it. Yeah. Boy, I wouldn't want to have to do too much work on that. That thing is really packed in
It's
there.
also a really heavy motor.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
an iron block, so it
Wow.
sits really heavily.
It's really cool. And again, you don't see many of them when you do. They're pretty ratted out. And they're a car that a lot of people just never really were aware of. And it was a performance car in the 90s for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep. Early
these things-
90s.
What years did they make this? Do you know?
It was 1986. Well, technically 1986.5, and then to 1992 was the 3rd gen.
I see. So this was like second to the last year before they went away and then came back.
Came
right?
back as the Mark IV. Your Fast and
Yeah.
Furious.
Yeah,
Paul
yeah.
Walker Supra. Yep.
So you video games.
Yep. Exactly.
All right, close that baby back up. Wow, that's so cool. So do you and your brother, race it all? Oh no, we would never.
I'm
race.
not gonna say we haven't.
Let's just-
maybe once or twice.
Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Really cool. And I love that it's all in the fam. You guys are twins, and yet you have different cars of the same era.
We got our own personality.
Yeah, you do.
Thank you.
Trevor, this is awesome. Thank you.